Welcome to the Two Guys Show on the EdReach Network, giving educators a big voice. I am Drew Minnock. I am one of your co-hosts, and we are live in South Berwyn today, and we're very excited about it. And my other co-host, as always.
Hey everybody, it's nice to see you. I am Brad Wade. I am known on Twitter as Tech Brad Wade, and we have a special show today. We are here from the South Berwyn 100 School District. It is a subdivision of Chicago, and as you can see, we have a couple awesome educators with us. Today we have Shannon Soger and Ramona Towner right here. Can you say hi, guys? All right, so today what we're doing, we are on site here. We are working with the school district. We're going to get into the specifics that we're working on, but we're going to give them a chance to share a little bit about what they're doing in their school district. And so, Shannon, why don't you first start? I know you guys get a lot of visitors here. You do a lot of on-site visits. People want to come to Berwyn, and they come in and they do these tours of all the buildings. What is it about Berwyn? People want to come in and see what's going on.
So we've actually had almost over 600 visitors to our schools over the past 3 years. And particularly, people are coming to see the student engagement with our one-to-one program. This is our 5th year in one-to-one, 3rd year being 100% one-to-one, kindergarten through 8th grade. And what makes it so special here in Berwyn is that every child kindergarten through 8th grade has a MacBook or an iPad, but they can also bring it home. So we don't say like, oh, our take-home program starts in 4th grade. It's right off the bat in kindergarten. What's extra special about Berwyn as well is our demographics kind of set us aside to other districts in the area. We're about 80% minority, 80% low income. And so we really kind of believe if we can do this one-to-one learning environment here in Berwyn and transform learning, you can do it anywhere, because 8 to 3 is just not enough for our kids.
So have you seen a certain level of engagement and responsibility now that every kid has their own device, if you will? Oh
my gosh. The level of differentiating in the classroom is the biggest thing that you see. The kids take so much pride in their device. I mean, we're entrusting a 5, 6-year-old or a 14-year-old with a MacBook laptop or an iPad. And so we are seeing that level of accountability with the kids, but also the differentiation, because in our rooms, like any classroom, you've got kids who are reading below level and kids who are reading completely above level. How do you differentiate that in a classroom of 28 kids? And so what the devices have enabled us to do is kids are reading at their level or working on an application at their level or at their learning style. And so we're just seeing a tremendous amount of engagement here in Berwyn over the past few years.
And our visitors that come through, when we debrief at the end and talk about what did you see, what did you learn, what questions do you have, the biggest thing that comes up is the level of engagement for the children. And in fact, Richard Boltz, who is not a huge proponent of tech, he works for the Illinois Association of School Administrators. And he wrote a blog post about the level of engagement that he saw when he was here, because he was so surprised by it.
I think that's
so impressed by it.
That's awesome. The one thing that I think is a lot different here is so often we see the one-to-one iPads, one-to-one device. Rarely do we ever see one-to-one MacBooks or MacBook Airs or MacBook Pros, which we saw in a lot of classrooms today, which I think is so cool that you guys have been able to do that. Is there a reason why you decided to go with that approach?
So I think at the beginning, so about 5 years ago, the iPad just came out when we were starting our pilot classroom. So we actually piloted, the first set of pilots was with my 4th grade classroom. So I'm the instructional director now. I help, or I run the one-to-one program for the district and lead a team of iCoaches, but I used to teach 4th grade. And with those 4th graders, we chose the white MacBook. We went on some site visits, and MacBook was out at the time, and we particularly chose Apple because of the
iLife. It's the best.
Because of the iLife applications that are on there. I mean, iMovie, GarageBand, iPhoto. So then actually, as the pilots continued, more people started jumping on board. That's all that they saw. They would come to visit my classroom or come visit Sue Butler's classroom, who was teaching middle school at the time. And so then they requested MacBooks. When the pilot got so big, when we officially made the decision, we were going 100% one-to-one in the fall of 2012, We're thinking about little guys and kindergartners, and so we wanted to get them something a little bit more mobile, and that's where we started with iPad in those grade levels. And then as time has gone on, the applications for iPad and have dramatically, you just have floored. And so we have pilot classrooms all across the district now at the iPad level, at middle school, elementary building, but we are still predominantly one-to-one MacBook. So that's kind of the story.
Tablet computing had just evolved so much
Yes.
over the course of when we started to where we are now. So, and we've left that choice up to the teacher and
Yes.
the building principal. So
Yes.
it's not, you're a fourth grade teacher and you are in a team of 4 and your team has chosen MacBooks or iPads. For instance, I'm coaching a teacher and she is in a team of 4 and her counterparts all have MacBook Airs and she has iPads because that's her choice.
So
think
not
that's awesome.
yeah, so we not only talk about differentiation for the students, it's for the teachers as well. You know, you can take into style and things like that, how they deliver and what they're comfortable with. Drew, you and I we were in classrooms today. We had a great opportunity. We visited some classrooms today. We went to a classroom of 5th graders today, and right away we came in, we saw the one-to-one iPads, and I got a chance to sit with some students. I know you did too. What did you see? I saw a ton of engagement. What were you seeing as we got down with these students?
Absolutely, every single one of those kids were on task. And being a former 4th grade teacher, I know how difficult sometimes that is, especially 5 minutes before lunchtime.
That's when we came in. We came in 5 minutes before lunch, and we just jumped in this classroom. And the thing is we sat down and talked to the students, and they were very comfortable with the technology. We asked them, so it's just, do you like using it? They're like, yeah, it wasn't a wow factor. Talk to the kids. It's a part of the culture, part of the learning. So it's a tool. It's a tool you use in school. I asked a lot of questions. How do you use it? How do you implement stuff? And what did you think? They were able to share information, weren't
They were spot on. They were, and I think that's one of the most impressive things going around too. Is so hard now in school. It's hard to get kids to view those devices as actual learning tools, right? They see them as tools for other things, gaming and social media, things like that. And seeing it used in that way, and the kids respecting that, I think is awesome. I think we saw that in every class we went into.
That's great feedback.
Yeah, absolutely. It was incredible because we sat with a small group of students today, and we're asking about some of the projects they were working on. And not only did they show us the projects they were working on, they started showing us the original app they were working in. But it was funny. It's like layered. It's like, oh, this is the app we're in right now. But in order to create what I'm showing you, I also used this app and this app, and I did a picture-in-picture, or I superimposed, or I brought text into it. Which was just fascinating because they were also they were proponents of the technology, and they were kind of their own evangelists of their own education. So can you guys speak to that ownership?
I think it comes from the professional development that we've provided and the culture that exists in the district, right?
Professional development is huge. I think along the lines of, so we believe in District 100 that principals make great schools. And so the district office does not run the rest of the school district in terms of this is the curriculum you need to teach, this is the device you have to have, building principals, they know their principal. And then along that line, teachers know their kids. So if Allison LaFace wants to download 3 different apps for her classroom, she's allowed to. The tech department doesn't do that for her because she knows her kids.
Wow.
And so
That's rare.
every classroom
pretty
teacher
neat.
is in
It shows you why it's
charge,
working.
particularly the iPad rooms. They're in charge of updating them. They're in charge of downloading the app. They put in requests. And so along with that, then it's their kids. Because, we kind of reverted back to when before the technology, if I wanted to buy a book at the chalkboard, the teacher store, I'd go to the chalkboard and I'd buy the fall accent book and I'd go and make copies of it. No one told me that I couldn't use that in my classroom or that I had to get them to buy it for me. Right. So we just kind of really leave it up to the principals, up to the teachers, and then down to the kids, because it's all about the kids and their needs. And so I think because our teachers are completely differentiated for those kids, they're 100% engaged in what they're doing.
in the 5th grade class that we went into, which, by the way, I'm pretty sure that 2 of the girls that we talked to know more about technology and iPads and apps than I do.
Those, they were stars. They were absolutely superstars.
Natalie and Jasmine from Pershing Elementary.
Yeah.
You guys were rock
Impressive.
stars, amazing. We just lucky enough had a bunch of time to talk with them, and they taught us a lot. Actually, it was
Well,
great.
they know the
insight.
lingo, right?
Yes,
They know the
We've been
lingo.
app smashing since week 3.
It
Yes.
was incredible.
It
Yeah.
was awesome. But the cool thing about that class is there's like gifted kids in that classroom, but also, you know, kids with learning disabilities and things like that. And you have that such a wide range in one classroom, yet their needs are met because of using technology in certain ways.
That's
And
actually a
good teamwork.
co-taught classroom, so we actually have a co-teaching model across the district. So there were 10 kids in that classroom with IEPs. You probably didn't even notice.
No, but we were informed. We were asking the population of the class and how it worked and the team teaching and stuff like that. It's pretty amazing what you guys are doing here with your program. And I want to make sure we point them in the right directions. They can learn more about Berwyn. They can, hit you up for a site visit and stuff. We want to make sure that you out there can get connected with them. You can see what they're doing here in the district. You can touch base with them. You can find out why it's a successful program, and you can use the model and learn from. And we'll wrap that up here at the end. But so we're all here. The story how we got here, it's kind of interesting because Shannon, we have a story, and then we also have a story with Mona as well. So folks, we always talk about the power of social media and Twitter. We talk about how we've gotten connected with people, and we've gotten into classrooms and met people at different parts of the country at conferences and in their classrooms. So Shannon, let's go back to a while ago, kind of how we kind of connected at first. If you can just share that story, it's pretty unique.
So we were actually trying to go back to the original DMs, but we couldn't go back that far to see like the original direct message on Twitter. But I started following Brad on Twitter, and I'd seen one of his shows, and he reached out to me through direct message because he saw that I was from in Chicago, and just kind of reached out. I don't even remember what the initial one was, but it was like, hey, how's it going or something. And then I reached out back and I said, oh my gosh, we would love to get you out. I love your show, and we'd love to get you out in Berwyn and come on a site visit. We host visitors all the time, da da da. And he was like, yeah, I would love to. He's like, actually, my brother-in-law lives in Berwyn. My brother lives in Berwyn.
My brother lives here. Yep.
And I was like, well, what school does your niece go to? And my niece is Daisy Wade, and I'm like, was she in South Berwyn or North Berwyn? Because we're divided.
And so when she asked me that, I actually had to text my brother because I knew he was in Berwyn. I didn't know if they were in North or South. So I said South, and you came back and said,
what school? We have 8 of them.
we're in South as well. So you found out what school she was in.
So she was at Heritage
So tell about what happened one time in school.
So we were at Heritage Middle. She was at Heritage Middle School. So I went and I spotted her. We went to the classroom, and I was like, "Hey, I met your uncle on Twitter, and I've seen his show. And can I take your picture really fast?" So I took her picture. This like crazy teacher coming into her classroom.
So much she doesn't even know.
So she didn't know. It wasn't a classroom I was coaching in or had been in there very often. And so I tweeted at Brad, said, "Hey, your niece says hi."
and so it was great. So we got connected through Chicago in general, and then she mentioned Berwyn, and then we got connected through Berwyn. And my brother and his family lived just a couple streets from here where we are right now. So we had that connection. We were talking, yeah, it'd be great to get here sometime. We really didn't know what the future was holding. And then this summer came. And
right. So all the people that were at ISTE, I run the social media for the district. So all the people that were at ISTE, I decided, well, I seeing all Shannon's tweets and posts and all that, so I'm gonna start following all these people. So right after ISTE, you came to Berwyn to visit your brother.
Right.
And you went to Paisans, which
Paisan,
is
a
a couple,
great,
again,
that's
that
a place
way,
to
your
do
brother
it.
was
Yeah,
that way.
huge shout out. Drew
Huge
and I
shout out
found,
to Paisans.
we
Love that place.
went to Paisans like
Right.
a year and a half ago
Right.
first.
Right.
And
It's our second show.
That's right, it is our second show in Berwyn because we had a show from my brother's house. That's right.
Interview.
I didn't do that.
Oh,
Technically,
awesome.
So shout out to Paisans, great restaurant. So I was here this summer
Right.
having dinner at Paisans, and all of a sudden,
I saw it on Instagram.
right.
And he said, because of your
It was
your
probably a
classic
selfie, if anyone
selfies,
was
it was.
Right, of course,
Everyone
yeah.
knows Brad because he does all these crazy selfies,
right, absolutely.
So then I hit up Shay, I texted him, oh my God, he's in town. Should I try to set up a meeting? She was like, yes, let's do that. See if we can track him down. And so then I DM you on Twitter and
Yep.
you have some time to meet with us, and you came here. This is our office. You came
Yep.
here. You found some time to meet with us, and it was great because before you were coming, I was like, oh my God, he's got a show on the internet, and
And now you're on the show. Now
I was
you're.
like,
This show, not a
This-
different
yeah,
show.
I know. It's not a different show. Drew
Although
says.
he does have a lot of followers, so I think sometimes I'm suspicious.
So the cool thing about that was I stopped by this office right here, and at that time I knew I was transitioning to Daiquiri, and we knew that Drew and I were put into a unique situation. Daiquiri has given us the opportunity to create great relationships with schools. Forward-thinking schools. Doesn't have to be on a certain economic status or anything like that, or social status, whatever. We knew we were put with some responsibilities of creating these flagship schools all around the world. And Drew and I, we'd always been talking about how we're going to establish these schools. It's interesting because Drew actually said, I think Berwyn would be a great school. And I knew I was meeting with these two, and so kind of asked a lot of questions, knew some of what you guys were doing, but by the time the conversation was done, I think we kind of chatted about it. We had a clear idea what was going on, and so we were pleased and thrilled to have you guys partner with us, and we want to partner with you. And now Berwyn is actually, South Berwyn 100 is now a flagship partner with us, and which is exciting. And we actually have an audience back here. There are people you see iEngage on the board. Can one of you speak to iEngage real quick, what it is? Because if I'm not mistaken, which I do know the answer, it's an event coming up that the district is putting on in the spring. Can you just speak real quick to what it is so anybody wants to be a part of it can?
So we have really kind of transformed our Institute days to our own teacher presenters, bringing in students. We've had student-led Ignite sessions. That was last March. And so with all of this going on with site visits, and I keep attending these conferences, and I walk around the rooms and say, our teachers should be at these conferences, presenting, leading, showcasing. We're doing such great things. So let's hold our own technology conference. So that's what iEngage Berwyn is. And so our website is actually iEngage-berwyn.com. Registration, all that's coming up soon, but the event is May 8th and May 9th.
Mark it off on your calendars.
Mark it off on your calendars, Friday and Saturday. So it's kind of our little Berwyn spin on it. I stole this idea from iPad Palooza. Shout out to Carl Hooker.
Yes.
That to
Mr.
get
Hooker.
Berwyn
Mr.
at
Hooker
Mr. Hooker.
on Twitter.
He had a shirt that said, I'm Mr. Hooker once. That's what I got.
At ISTE.
I'm pretty sure it had his, did it say so? Maybe.
I don't know. I remember.
his profile pic.
I remember it from ISTE karaoke. It's a karaoke Thursday. Yeah, true.
Thanks,
tore it
Mr.
up.
Hooker.
He tore it up. He was pretty good on stage.
So we're doing our Berwyn spin on it is, since we're so big on the site visits, is Friday's a site visit. So you're gonna come see one-to-one learning in action, like see what it actually looks like. So I know when I first started out, I mean, you can talk about one-to-one, you can watch videos, but until you see it live,
So
you
true.
just can't make that
Absolutely.
connection.
So
So
true.
Friday is a full day site visit. You can visit kindergarten, an elementary or middle school building or both. And then Saturday is a lineup of keynote speakers. We've got John Antonetti starting our keynote in the morning. Kevin Honeycutt is our closing keynote. And then throughout the day, there will be breakout sessions with our own Berwyn teachers and some other special guests.
And there's some rock stars
And
here.
our
students are-
And
sorry.
students. Oh my
Student
gosh.
showcase. The whole thing is about students.
Yeah, it's gonna be student showcase. There's we met some students. We saw some students who did some Ignite sessions last year for you guys. We met some of your Rockstar staff already. It's gonna be a great conference. And then they can go and sign up. Anybody can come if they want. They could sign up, fly in. They can be local. They come from anywhere and join this.
Right.
We will be here.
We'll be
We're
here.
coming in. We're gonna come in on Thursday, and we'll be a part of it. We'll be here on site to support them and be a part of the conference with iEngage. Everywhere you look around here, it's iLearn, iCoach, iEngage. You guys, they really do a great job with this whole technology and support. We always talk about, Drew, technology is nothing without support.
It's so important because the one thing that they have going on here in South Berwyn is that they haven't just given all these devices to the students and the teachers and just, you're on your own,
LA.
but they have an awesome support group here that's very knowledgeable in how to use technology to really change the way the kids are learning. And piggybacking off of what we were just talking about with the iEngage conference, you have some awesome groups here called like iSWAT
Oh my God, awesome.
and the Patriot IT. Can you just say a little bit about that? Because I think that is so cool.
So ISWAT is, I am a student, it's an acronym for I am a student willing to assist with technology and
Yeah, grab a t-shirt.
Grab
Drew
a
should
t-shirt.
put it on.
put it on.
There's a little joke behind it. If anybody has watched the show or anything, just hold this up first. This is the shirt they ordered for Drew. He said he got it. He said he wore a small. They got him a kid small, so he said he was going to try it on. But there's a chance he could fit into that.
Turn it around.
So it's so awesome. Check that out. I'm a student willing to assist with technology. That is amazing. That is awesome. Drew, big focus on students here. Wouldn't you say?
Huge. And just what this group does and the Patriot IT, to where they go and they reimage computers even, and these are
Crazy.
middle school students, and the ISWAT is from 3rd to 8th grade.
Yep.
Is that right? I just think it's something that is so cool, and we were talking a little bit earlier about a student who it just helped their confidence immensely, which I think is so
Right,
cool.
one of our students that did an Ignite for us.
Amazing.
And we've had one of our ISWAT students would email us coaches and say, I want to be just like you guys. I want to work in the school and I want to help kids when I grow up.
One of
So
the
great.
kids' profiles was, I want to be an iCoach.
His
Right.
signature, his
His
email
signature.
signature.
I wanna-
His student email.
That's pretty awesome. So we encourage people to check out Berwyn South 100, amazing school district, doing great things for students. They're showing you, I think, I'm gonna steal this from Shannon, one thing she said, if we can do it in Berwyn, you can do it.
Right.
Yeah.
There's a lot of uniqueness about Berwyn, but there's nothing that says we can do it, you can't. I think you're a good model that if you can do it here, it can be replicated. And I was asking about how this started, and you kind of already told the story. It's been about a 5-year process. Nothing happens overnight, but it's.
No.
Would you say it's like a transition and a paradigm shift in thinking and global, how you look at the whole environment?
I think it's been a complete, so this is my 10th year in the district, and it's completely different than what it was like when I first started. My first institute day, I sat in a room with 400 other teachers, and we listened to one presenter the whole day. I had no idea what I was learning about.
Right.
I just wanted to get into my classroom and set up, put posters on the wall. And so it's just been this huge shift, and I think it all kind of revolves around that vision, the common vision. We're a school of 4,000 kids, about 400 staff, but every teacher here and every administrator here could tell you, our vision is to rank within the top 25% of districts in the state of Illinois. We don't make excuses here, oh, we have this, or we have this, or we don't have money for this. And, it's just a priority, and our kids are a priority, and that's what we're doing. So I think that common language and really creating these teacher leaders, principals as leaders, and spreading that. We're all learning and teaching in this process. So I think over time you have seen this complete culture shift.
Well, and I think one of the things that we tell our visitors too is that when we brought the devices in, we looked at it as a way to impact the entire child. So it's not just about the devices. We added full day kindergarten. We added full day kindergarten. We took away desks and rows, and we brought in tables, and we changed our nutrition in our lunchrooms, and we brought in the co-teaching model, and we improved our after school sports programs, and we got partnerships with other community groups. And so we breakfast, lunch, and we actually piloted a dinner program. So we are doing lots of things.
You
to
celebrate
meet,
attendance and things like that. I mean, it's
we want the kids here in the seats.
It's a global
It's a big
view.
group effort. It's amazing.
It really is. And the thing is just from watching, it seems like people are doing what they're passionate about. They believe there's a buy-in here in the district, and it doesn't look like anything is an add-on or a one more thing. It seems like a culture here, and everybody buys in. And that comes with good leadership, good vision.
Trust
It comes
from
with
the top down,
it comes.
which is, I think, something that's very
Absolutely, it's important to have that trust and that support, and it seems like people are allowed to educate the way they believe they should, and they're given the tools and the support. Professional development, you spoke to that. You can't accomplish these things with no professional development.
I think too, we don't only hold true to the expectations, we let them be known, and we share the data. And so not every teacher, jumped on board immediately. And, some teachers, left and they said, this isn't for me, I'm gonna, it's time for me to go elsewhere, or time for me to retire, and that's okay.
Yes, it is.
But this is what we're doing in Berwyn because our kids deserve this. And so if you're
Love
not
that.
on board with
Kids
that,
deserve it. Yeah.
you know, and that's what it's about. So it has, but we really owe it all to, you know, the whole community. Superintendent from the top, Dr. Stanfield, and the principals, and, you know, teachers on down. But
That's awesome.
Well, we could and would love to go on for days about how awesome this district is, because it is. But I believe it's a great model and a great place for you to check and see what they're doing here. But let's go ahead and move on. Let's get to shout outs, shall we? Let's do some Twitter shout outs.
So we're gonna let our guests go first.
Yeah, we'll let you guys go first, and you know.
So Shannon, do you want to start off with your Twitter shout outs?
sure, my Twitter shout outs are at South Berwyn 100.
It's right there on the screen.
Right there on the
Right
screen. Please
there.
follow us. You'll get tons of keep up with what's happening in the district and get connected with a site visit or anything really. A lot of our teachers are on social media. A lot of them, actually, like whole schools. Like I think Kaminsky, their whole school, every teacher has a Facebook page, and a lot of us are on Twitter. So I'd also like to give a shout out to one of my instructional coaches, Jordan Garrett.
Woohoo! Jordan's in the house. She's
double
over
R,
here.
double T.
She's
Garrett.
Double fist pump.
But
She's right here. She's
her
rocking
Twitter
it.
handle is JG_J Garrett, GARRETT.
Right on.
It's a
You
great
can
handle.
pause and
Woo, it's a
rewind
very
if you
good
need
handle.
that again. And then my final Twitter shout out is D100PD, who is principal of Marilyn McManus at Pershing Elementary School, and she's also our director of professional development that has helped make all this PD completely transformational in our district.
We're excited to meet her tomorrow.
Yes, yes, and she rocks she's got some awesome blog posts there about using social media in schools and promoting your school through social media. So
Very
something you
cool.
definitely want to check out is her Twitter feed.
And we'll get the link to her blog and tweet it out later.
All right, mine are two people that I am currently coaching. So Kristen Kennedy from Irving School, teaching second grade iPads at I Teach 1-to-1 on Twitter. Kristen Ritchie at Mrs. K. Ritchie, she's a reading specialist in our district. And first grade math book teacher, Michelle Magus at MMAGGOS. So those are some people to watch on Twitter. Follow them.
Awesome.
They're going to do awesome things. Kristen rocks the paper list. She's all about
Yeah,
that.
is she the one that said she hasn't printed a piece of paper yet this year?
Right.
That's
Right.
amazing. She kept
Right.
saying, Shannon, still haven't done it. Mona, still haven't done it yet. Haven't printed paper. I'm like, what are you
Right.
talking about? She's like, no, not all year.
She's presented at conferences about her methods.
Going
and-
green.
Yeah, going
It's
green.
pretty impressive. You know, we come from sustainability school, so that's pretty impressive. So.
Very
Sorry if I'm distracted. Drew's got a new iPhone 6 mini mega plus whatever gigantic, and it went off, and I thought a spotlight came on, and so I just saw it glowing over there. Oh, see, it's like I can't even see. So you know, when Drew puts it up to his head, I can hardly see him anymore. It's so big.
It must be big if Brad's old eyes can see.
I have a very good vision, by the way. But, all right, Drew, you want me to go? You want to go?
I'll go ahead.
All right, Rocky, let's go.
Kristen Ritchie was one of mine as well.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That is okay. So she gets double shout out.
Double
today.
two shout outs.
Awesome.
And
She's
someone
so
who is,
happy.
yeah, right. And someone who is live with us, Mo Gorman.
Oh, here, yeah, wait, give it up.
At Gorman2G. And then we're going to shout out the conference, I Engage. So it is at I Engage Berwyn. And then Allison LaFalce.
She's
would
in the
have
house
said it
too.
right.
Who's also in the house.
In the
LaFalce.
house.
I would have said it right, but
That's because you're part French, right?
exactly. I have a background in French.
Another reason he probably has enough Twitter followers.
Drew keeps saying there's a billboard over in Europe with me
Well,
on
we're
it.
going next
We're
week.
gonna find out next week. Drew's on search of that billboard. So if you're in Europe and you know where that billboard is, let us know. Drew wants to go
Tweet it
by.
out.
He wants to take a selfie of my billboard in Europe. So
Well, I can just picture it. It's like some muscular guy with Brad's head, like.
Yeah,
photoshopped
Like the
on.
Hans and Franz
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Exactly.
right.
Totally off.
So
So her Twitter handle is at Allison_LAFALCE. Right? Yep. All right.
okay, so I guess that's up to me. All right, so I'm going to shout out some local Berwyn people here that I saw today and things that were going on. First one's Mike Saracini. He was a teacher. Mike, he's a teacher at Pershing. The students we were talking, a set of the students we were talking about earlier were in his class, the 5th grade girls that were just rocking the iPads and talking about app smashing and stuff like that. You can find him. Twitter handle is cool. It's at Chicago Slim 1055. So good follow. Mike was rocking it. Him and his co-teacher.
Chrissy Lucas.
Yep, they were doing a great job. She was just here. She just left. And then this was cool. We went and saw Tom Faust. He's a music teacher at Heritage Middle. And it was cool because we went in, and of course, shout out to Michael Medvinsky. And it was cool because we got in to see Tom. And he's into makey and stuff like that. And like, hey, what did you do? What were we working on last hour? And somebody, it's like, if you got 2.5 minutes, I'll show you. So he got his presentation ready and did this whole cool thing, with interactive with sounds and making things play music set to, Halloween creepy music. And it was awesome. So the cool thing is we were saying, oh, he should get connected with Michael. And so we tweeted, he's like, I just did. So they got connected. So that's great. They're doing a lot of cool stuff, both in makey, both in music, doing some things, rocking it. And this leads to my third person, which is Sue Butler, who's in the house right now. Right on. Sue's the director of learning at Heritage Middle. Here's the reason. Here's one of the cool things. If you go back and look at the timeline on Twitter, I know Drew and I both we retweeted this. So when we were in Tom's class, we got invited in. Tom goes, "Hey, have a seat." So like there's a bunch of seats in the back. Well, that's not going to work for Drew and I. So we sat right with the kids. So we sat with the kids, and we sat right on the other side of this one student. And it was great. As soon as we sat next to him, he was just like, oh my goodness, what is going on? Drew's like, I'm kind of nervous. I'm like, yeah, what is this? And we just kept talking. We're new. We're new. We're new here. I said, we're new. Will you be my friend? He's like, sure. And so we just kept going. Well, what we did know was we knew Sue was in the room. She was on the other side. So she took a picture of us, and she tweeted us. It's like new students to the class, stuff like that. You can see Drew and I on both sides talking to this student, which was classic. It was great. Best tweet of the day. It was a great picture. So
the kid is looking at what he's supposed to be.
Right.
And we're you two are goofing around.
All right. So you know what, Stuart? If Stuart's watching, last week we were in Florida, we're in Orlando, we're at Winter Park 9th grade campus, and on Friday we went in and just wrecked class after class. We say wrecked in a great term, a great way. We went in and we just derailed classes, but we had permission. We went in, they're like, hey, we're gonna rock some daiquiri stuff, some augmented reality, get on Twitter and start doing this. So kids were getting on Twitter and Instagram, and next thing you know, learning all over the place. We're sharing it left and right. We did this in like 5 classes, and it was just great. Actually, we woke up to a bunch of tweets from them this morning. Yeah. Tweeting, Lauren was tweeting Learn in 4D, hashtag. That's one of the things we're using with our flagship schools, and using augmented reality and daiquiri is Learn in 4D. So that was great. So in true spirit, we kept it up to date. We got into Tom's class. We got other classes. We got in with students. It was great. So Sue, that was a great tweet. You can find Sue at SButler BSD100 for Berwyn South District 100. And then I got to give one shout out. We've talked about my brother a lot. He's 2 roads up. So he is BW Brooklyn, like the city. He lived in Brooklyn for a while. So he's Barry Wade. So BW for Barry Wade and Brooklyn. Give him a follow on Twitter. He'll get a big kick out of it. It'll be kind of funny. So big shout out to Barry and the whole family there. Gloria and the girls for connecting all of us. So it put us at a commonality and a common point to get together, and here we are today. So great, this is good stuff. So
time to Brad's favorite part of the show.
Favorite part of the show.
What's on your playlist?
What's on your playlist?
And let me tell you, there's been a lot of nerves going around the room.
I couldn't help it. I was really nervous this week.
He really was.
Oh, you were.
You didn't know what song to pick.
Well, I have a lot of boy bands and girl bands to talk about, but no. But actually, so who were you talking about the playlist? Who was nervous about the playlist? You were. I know, it's always me, because you know what? I was nervous because I had to cut it down to like 3. You know me, actually.
But it won't be.
It won't. Well, I'm trying. I did actually go look at my playlist. It was funny because like I keep changing my playlist every time I download new songs. The flight was really short today. I didn't even get through my playlist this morning.
40 minutes?
43 minutes or something like that. So, no, it's not. Detroit to Chicago, because we're in Chicago. It actually took longer to get from the airport here than it was in the air, because So this morning, everything's delayed getting into Chicago. You know, had a little fire in Chicago. You know, got a little crazy in the controller tower. You know, they thought they'd do a little campfire thing with roast marshmallows and some s'mores, and it got in the electrical system, and now thousands of planes are delayed. So anyway, so Drew got in here nice and early. My plane was delayed, and then so it was kind of cool. So knowing I was going to be late, I was at my gate this morning, 8:15 at McNamara in Detroit, and my plane wasn't supposed to take off till 11. All of a sudden, I hear an all call. Final call at gate 51 for Chicago O'Hare. I'm like, well, that's interesting. So I went to my gate and I said, can I get on standby? She goes, anyways, let's get into the playlist. Just go with me. People are curious about these stories. So anyways.
He really thinks they care.
Okay. AKA, long story short, hashtag I got here on time, but it took longer to get to the airport to here.
It might be longer for this
You know what?
story.
All right, if you want to know the story.
quicker than that story was.
All right, go on Instagram. I put the story up on Instagram. I did like panel. I wrote all about it. So the 3 people who are interested, go find it. The story is squirrel. What? So anyways, we're going to dinner tonight. But anyways, so what's on your playlist, right? So we got big plans tonight. Big plans to
Derailed. That's what we call getting derailed.
That's what happens.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and again we'll start with our guests with what's on your playlist.
Who's going first? All right, Mom's going first.
She did the shout out first.
All right, cool.
Perfect.
All right.
Okay, so my three. I get 3?
Yes.
No, it's 5. Didn't you get 5? Didn't you do 5?
They're doing 3.
All right.
3 is my lucky number. So,
Sweet.
Okay. So
292 is mine.
more than that.
We're gonna stop watching
See,
the
there's
show.
a story there. I'll tell
Okay.
that later.
Centuries by Fall Out Boy. Take me
good
to
Great
song.
song.
Great song.
That was Drew Shaw.
Right.
That's a good one.
Take Me to Church.
Good song.
I know you're not so crazy.
I just don't know it. I just heard it for the first time, and I said that's uplifting.
It's a good song.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
I like it.
Actually, I don't know it.
I just like.
It grows on you.
Does
yeah,
it?
yeah. I like the music. I don't
I-
know that
I
love the
really-
words, but I just
In all
like
fairness,
that.
I really
Like,
didn't get a chance.
like
I didn't get a chance to hear it. So.
And then all about that bass. Gotta do that.
It's a song all about music, treble and bass. So you know whether you like, like
That song fits me perfect.
I'm gonna like +1.
It's about music, right?
That is
It's
a good
about
song.
music.
That's what I thought. It's all about music.
Jimmy Fallon, where they do that?
With
No.
the school instruments.
Yeah,
the
awesome.
music room
No, I
instruments.
haven't seen it. Is it
Oh
good?
my
You
god,
gotta
it's
watch it.
awesome.
All right.
He's done some really awesome things with it.
That's
My
cool.
favorite.
Shout out to Jimmy Fallon.
We should have him on the show.
We should have him
Oh
on
my
the show.
gosh, let's
All right,
challenge
so-
him.
yeah.
Justin Timberlake, that would be.
All right, so if you're connected to Jimmy Fallon or JT, contact him, give him a show. Yeah.
Why not? Well, I +1. Mona's 3rd. Song. Sorry about that.
That's
We
A
didn't.
lot of lingo there.
Oh,
I
yeah,
plus
we did.
1 per third,
Yeah.
so like you can plus 1. So what song was it though? That you plus
All
one?
about the bass.
All
So
about
I
that.
listen to. I don't purchase a lot of music. Sorry. I listen to iTunes Radio a lot, and then always, no matter what, at the gym, every time that comes on, and I just get super pumped up. So
Oh, okay, cool.
love that song, and I've been listening to a lot of Garth Brooks lately because I went to his concert during his
How
tour.
was that?
It was amazing.
He's quite the entertainer.
I'm not a
Yeah.
country music fan. I would love to see her.
I hear he's an
started
amazing
like he did
entertainer.
when I was in 7th grade. Like right out
That's
of
just
the
like
gate.
6 years ago.
And
Brad was
Yeah.
65.
That was a long. 7th grade was a long time ago. I mean, the plane was just being built.
no, it was a great concert. And what was most impressive was that every person there had been with him for 10+ years. I think they called the rookie had been with him for actually like 15 years.
Wow.
So that says a lot about it as
Yeah,
a
it does.
group.
Yeah.
So I've been listening to a lot of Garth, and then I'm a huge fan of This Is the Best Day of My Life. It actually came on when my fiance and I were heading downtown when he was proposing to me. So that's just kind of always on
That's
my
very cool.
playlist. I've been listening to a
Will
lot.
that be your?
Good shout out
will
to
that be
Fiona.
your
When are you
first
getting-
song?
Probably.
Do you
Yeah, I
have
think so.
a date yet?
April 11th.
April 11th. Shout out
Right
to
before the
Shannon.
I Engage.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Really don't put much
Where are you
on
going for your
plate,
honeymoon?
you know?
Yeah.
Honey, we're going to I Engage. We're going to Oak Park.
Wedding first, then I engage. I find it
It's about
a month
priorities.
apart.
And then a honeymoon after school.
Yes.
Yeah, that way you've got time. You can take some time off. Okay, cool. Well, congrats to you.
Thanks.
There you go. All right, Drew, why don't you go ahead and rock?
Okay. Mine is Trumpets by Jason Derulo.
Good song.
That is a good
That is
song.
a good song. Do you know?
And people are laughing at me.
Hey, no, no.
Oh, okay. Okay,
Mo
I
loves
get
that
it, I get it.
song.
Do you know
I'm
who
laughing
that?
over here.
Garrett loves
You know
the
what the
song.
picture? Do you know who that is behind him?
His ex-girlfriend.
His ex-girl. Oh, you're up. Oh, we got the 411 here.
I know.
Yeah, Hollywood Dish.
That's
Yeah,
right.
ex-girlfriend. Because yeah, me too. Too much pressure to get married. So that's what he said.
That can happen.
It can. So yeah, Trumpets by Jason Derulo. Good song.
Yes, one of my favorite bands of all time, Snow Patrol.
Snow
Make
Patrol.
This Go On Forever, great song.
Awesome.
And The Script just came out with a new album.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Superheroes.
That's a good song.
Awesome
Superheroes. Very good song. Good
Yep.
job.
Nice.
Good job.
All right, you did 3.
He did. I've got 3. I do have 3. I'm gonna do one that's a little different for me. Christina Perri. I am a fan, of some of her work, but it's not something I would probably usually shout out. But Burning Gold is a new one. It's pretty cool. It's like she's just like, I'm standing up. I've had enough. It's part of the song. It's really cool. It's got a really good melody. It's cool. The message is good, and I like it. I find myself listening to it quite often. So big shout out to Christina Perri, Burning Gold. Then I've listened to this one for a long time. Echo Smith is the band. Cool Kids is the song. It's a young group of kids. I think the girl singing is working on getting her driver's license right now. So
That's insane.
yeah. So Cool Kids. It's a really neat song. If you listen to her voice, it's really good, and she accentuates the end of her words, which most people don't. But I know that's a very good. She's been coached very well, so if people want to hear it, they can distinguish what she's saying. Her voice is kind of smoky and kind of deep. It's pretty cool. So Echo Smith, the song is Cool Kids. Love that. And then this one, Katy Perry, This Is How We Do. Love that song. But the cool thing is you got to do it with Riff Raff. You got to get the one with Riff Raff. And I might have even shouted this out a couple weeks ago, but Katy Perry with Riff Raff, This Is How We Do. It's so great. He has 3 lines to cars. He has Aston Martin, Lambo, and I think it's a Bentley. Bentley Coupe, yeah. So it's like Aston Martin, Bentley Coupe, and a Lambo all in the same song after he valets the chopper on top of Red Lobster, which is really cool. So actually, that song is really cool. Riff Raff, people who know him, I guess his vines are pretty crazy. That's from my son. I have not looked, so if it's not appropriate, I apologize. But Riff Raff vines are pretty funny, I guess. So that's why I actually kept it to 3. My monologue was long, but my songs were down to 3. Good, that's not bad, right? Thank you. I usually have like 8, but the
Baby
first
steps.
baby steps. Yeah, because I did start with like 11 the first time after the summer. It was a lot. I had a lot of songs.
Yeah, you did.
So
I
you trimmed the songs, but you added stories. And
Yes. Well, you know what? You know what? People remember stories. They don't remember their math lesson 3.4. They remember the
This is
stories.
very true.
This is true.
So I'm a storyteller by nature. So anyway, I'm gonna stop there.
Oh my God.
So let's start wrapping things up. We'd like to. Well, here let's do this. Let's each of you. We'll start with Shannon, then we'll go to Mona. Let's just say again who you are and how they can connect with you on social media or websites, whatever you prefer.
So again, Shannon Soger, Instructional Director here in South Berwyn, and my Twitter handle is really easy, @Shannon Soger. That's
Right
also
there.
on your screen. I just reached my 2001 mark, so for those of you who know that, I need some Twitter help.
Yeah.
I'll eventually follow you back. When
She
I'm
just
allowed
can't yet.
to.
She's for those of you who don't know, when you hit the 2001 on Twitter, you cannot follow anymore until that you get about 1970. It's really close.
So I have like 400 or so.
So let's get Shannon pushed
Please,
over.
please
Yes,
follow
Give her
her.
a shout out.
give her a shout out. Give her a
It's
follow.
gonna put him stress all week.
I want to follow new people.
Well, she wants to break. She wants
Exactly.
to
So it's
follow
coming from a
people.
good place. She wants to follow.
But every time she goes to hit that button, and I can't. I hear that. I
Gives her that.
can't.
So
Yeah.
So
that,
FYI, that happens. And my blog, please, it's I teach above the line. I teach above the line. .blogspot.com.
I teach about
So that's kind of my brand is I teach above the line. I'm really big into STEM remodeling, pushing and moving students and teachers above the line, and so that's my blog.
awesome. Thank you. All right, Mona.
Mona Towner, or Ramona Towner, I guess, whichever you. All the stuff that's on social media says Ramona, and my friends from high school are like, I can never find you because I'm always putting the M, not the R. But so
Or Ramona Brown.
yeah,
Or Ramona
as,
Brown.
as like
She goes
Drew
by.
likes to call me. It's
I don't know.
There I am, right there. It's my stage name.
That's what it was.
Um, So there I am. And then my
There she
blog
There she
is
is.
Tales of an Instructional Coach. And I like to blog
At
about at blogspot.com.
Is it Tails, T-A-I?
No,
Oh, good. I want to make sure we clarify. So T-A-L-E-S.
L-E-S, yes.
We want to make sure they go to the right one because the other one's an adventure about a fox who gets lost in the woods. We don't want to go there. What? I've been there. I checked my resources before we started the show.
Okay.
Let's go.
And then in my blog, I talk a lot about me taking the people that I coach above the line. So again, we are very big about the standby model in the district. Ruben Pintador is probably someone else who we would have gave a shout out to. So that's me, and Instagram, Towner CEO. That's my man on Instagram.
And then you can really connect with anybody in the district if you just go to check out our websites, www.bsd100.org. And our one-to-one page specifically is bit.ly / South Berwyn 121 1TO1 bit.ly.
121.
Or you can find it by
ratio.
going to BSD 100. It's kind of a lot of clicks, but just check us out. And we're really active on social media and everything. So if you just kind of do a Google search for South Berwyn 100 social media, you'll
come up.
Yeah, absolutely.
So before you guys close, I just want to thank you guys. Like particularly, thank you so much for coming to Berwyn. We had a great day with the site visits. It means a lot for us to help showcase what's happening here. And we're really looking forward to tomorrow training just under 40 staff on how to use Daiquiri 40 Studio, and
Absolutely.
we're really looking
Love
forward to
that.
it. So thank you very much.
We are very proud to be one of the 5 flagship schools. Thank you.
Well, thank you. We're thrilled to be working with you guys. We look forward to working with a lot more staff tomorrow on the 40 Studio. So, all right, Drew.
So you can find me on Twitter at TechManock. You can find us on our blog at 2guysandSmiPads.com. Head on over to iTunes and subscribe to our podcast and give us a rating. And then you can find us on Facebook.
All 5, right?
All 5 ratings. Give us high ratings.
All
That's
5.
great.
And if you have something bad to say, just
That's what Joy says. Yeah, if you have some bad, just don't say anything. Just
Can't
leave.
say anything nice, don't say anything at
That's
all.
right.
That's right.
Exactly.
So we tell the kids, right?
That's right. That's right. Well, I am Brad Wade. You can find me on Twitter at TechBradWade. You can find us on Instagram. But
You can find Brad on Instagram.
yeah, I'm under the 2 guys and some iPads. I can't change it because I just like it, but it's mainly me. Selfies and videos and stuff.
I like the last post with your daughter with her nails.
Oh yeah, that's right. I did that.
That was awesome.
She wanted Halloween nails. So we went shopping and we got some black and some orange, and
I know, it was
we went
awesome.
back and forth. She went from matte to sparkly and stuff like that, and it was great. So anyways, yes, I did one this morning on the moving conveyor belt. I thought it'd be fun to do one on a treadmill sometime, see if I could talk and carry it off. So we'll see. So if you want some interesting things on Instagram, you'll see me either in education. There was actually a squirrel. Did you see a squirrel? That was a squirrel. Ask Drew later what that's all about. But so you can find me on Instagram as well. 2guysomeipads.com. We want to thank you guys. We want to thank South Berwyn. We want to thank everybody that's here today. Give you guys some round of applause for joining us today. Thank you. We love being a part of Berwyn. We love being with you guys and on this journey together. We look forward to working with you staff tomorrow and coming back for future visits. And we will be with you at iEngage. So you have our support and our resources, and we're thrilled to be working with you. So thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight. Feel free to reach out to any of us. Check Berwyn out. Connect with these 2 awesome educators or anybody else in the district. See what they're doing. Doing great things here.
Yes. So thank you, and we will let you know if we're going to have a show when we go to Europe next week.
Yes,
So,
correct.
stay
We
tuned.
Yeah, we'll be in Europe next week, so may or may not have a show. We got some things to figure out and some data issues that we're trying to figure out about our international data plan. So, yep. All right,
So thank you, and have a good night.
All right, thanks everybody. Stay connected. Woo-hoo! See you later.